BitBoy Crypto Morning TA. Well, good morning, everybody. It's July 28th, 2021. My name is Matty B, and this is your Morning TA. A brief window into the crypto markets where the sun's shining, where the wind's blowing, all the humble opinion of this piano. Zamboni bringing the data. The Fear and Greed Index is at 50, up from yesterday's 32, which means our state of fear is a solid meh. Still buller since. We're at the stage of the party where we're looking at our watches wondering how long are the Bulletins going to be visiting for. And nosy Miss Newsbaum's social media market sentiment in a rent-controlled Twitter apartment in Queens has risen to 92%. Which means everything people are talking about has a 92% positivity rate. And the U.S. stock market is gadzooks. Whoa. Slightly down. Pause for concern? Yeah. But it's like this. If, or maybe when, I should say, the U.S. stock market crumbles like the fiat house of cards it is, it will be like a fire drill back in elementary school. Everyone will have to leave the school and gather at their said meeting areas. However, the crypto market will be the first kids back in class. So pause for concern, yes, but no big deal yet. We're officially into day 8 of our daily green candle run. The last time we saw 8 consecutive days of green candles was back in December, from the 12th to the 19th. That's when we saw a price action rise from $18,000 to its new all-time high of $23K. After that run, it pulled back to the 38% retracement level before continuing its majestic rise up. Now it took another 3 days after its retracement to break through the previous high. So let's see if this candle first prints green today, which would mean it would have to close above 39.5. After that, we can start parading around with our 8 consecutive green candle belt. But guess what? Here comes Dad with the safety first. And I know you're saying, Piano Matty B, why you gotsta? Can't we just bask in the green glow of bullish euphoria without you throwing in your retracement? Oh, yes, that would be nice, wouldn't it? But like I said, we have to embrace pullbacks as a healthy part of a bull run. They aren't a bad thing. They're nice little breaks. Now, instead of hockey analogies, let's use something else, like maybe a NASCAR analogy. You're in the trenches, passing all the cars, making up some good time. You're almost in the lead. Then you hear in your headset,
"Nice driving, son. We'd like to pull you into the pit and maybe put some new shoes on you. Cool down the engines for a sec, and then we'll get you back on the track, over."
And now you're thinking, but I'm almost passing the lead car. In this case, lead car's 40,000 support. And you reply,
"Heavens to Murgatroyd, guys. I can see the lead. I'm almost there."
Pit replies,
"Negative, son. We'd like you to come cool your jets, then we'll let you back on the track to tear her up, over."
Now let's paint a multiverse picture of 2 possible outcomes. Outcome number 1, you don't pit, you keep on driving. You know your shoes/tires are getting hot, but you're basking in the glow of green bullish euphoria. And you don't want to come down, and just as you're about to draft the lead car, the engine light goes on. you start overheating, you have no choice but to pit. Or my friend, the race is over. But because you waited too long, your pit time is going to be longer than it should. New shoes, replace the oil, put all the other stuff that cars need that I have no idea what they need. Then you're back on the track, but you've lost your lead, or in this case, momentum. And now you have to build it up again. All right, here's outcome number 2. A little more sunshiny. You listen to the pit and you head in for a quick how's your uncle. Couple of super fast changes and you're back on the track. Not missing a beat. Right back where you left off, drafting that lead car and once again basking in the glow. Green bullish euphoria. We also see my old wives' tale of that which once wicked will get candlesticked, playing out beautifully. Now, I don't like to let my feelings start creating delusions of grandeur, or letting my gut guide me along the charts like a rich kid at a liberal college. But it's starting to really feel like price action wants to break that 40K. And being a dad, I have to put in my dad's 2 cents of how I'd really like to see this thing play out. You know, safety first. Wah, wah. First off, I'd like to bring up the RSI elephant in the room. It's not an official oversold territory, but she's getting close. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean anything till it means everything. As a dad, I have to keep my eye on these things. Look at the high RSI as the tires on your car. Are they burning up? Do they need to be changed? You know, just keep your dad eye on it. Now, assuming there's no retracement or pit stop, we can break 40K again. You know, 3 times the charm. I'd like to head up to 42.3. And now, just to be safe, I want to come back down to 40 and give it a real dad's. How's she going? Test how sturdy she is now that 40K is support. You know, give it some pressure. Some of those side dad knocks on the corners. Make sure she's real proper-like. And if she's darn tootin' and passes the dad test of safety, well, kids, it's off to the races. Just want to check if 40K is safe for y'all to be playing on. It's my job. I'm a dad. And remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected leads. That's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. Oh, that's an ominous ending chord. Let's resolve it. Zoom out and have a fantastic day. BitBoy Crypto Morning TA. Cha-cha-ching.